I wanted to make a video so I could remember this time in my life. And I worry that I may have discovered a book which is so unquestionable that it might shackle people to perfection. I worry about it a lot. For example, like, how was God born? Well, there can't have been something before God, so then there wasn't anything that created God except God. So God must have created himself. So then how would that happen? Well, it's definitely the case that it can't have been linear, because God couldn't have existed before God, right? So there can't have been a timeline, because we're at the origin point. This is the instant that God was born. There's nothing before that. Then God must have been born causally dynamically rather than causally linearly. So there is no linearity of causality at the origin point of existence, regardless of whether you start with God or even with nothing, or with indiscernibility, or with anything. Any fundamental that you assert is irreducible, and that there's no precedent before it. Nothing precedes it. And regardless of whichever one you choose, you have to use causal dynamism in order to say that that exists, because there's nothing before it to have created it in a causally linear way. So it would have to be causal dynamism. The reason that scares me is because if I create or discover something or have some influence, which is ironically part of that causal dynamism, and yet almost all of the influence is attributed to me alone, then either if it's good or bad, it will be so overwhelming, my influence would become that causal dynamism. It would define it, and that's what terrifies me. If, ironically, I do find the right answer and then I implement it, it being the only possible answer there is, then makes everything a totality. And if I'm the only one that presents this, if I'm the only one that has this influence, if I'm the only one that knows that the origin point must have been causally dynamic, then my dynamism, my relation with causality becomes total. I'm the only human that has said this that I know of. And as a matter of fact, I need to go look and see if there are any other humans that have said this, because it scares me